Stand before this truth. You understand? We done took all on and will continue to take on. Surrounded by Edomites, lost a lot of truth to this tree of life. Open up the book just to see them right. Reminiscing on my ancestors, all those ships who had to plead for life took us to a place where ain't never stayed there. Poisoning our foods and put our children up in daycare. Fresh out of slavery, still thinking that they care. Guns in the community, children can't play there. Brothers still brainwash, we die for that same cost. Took away our history, believing that we ain't lost. Brother on the Israelite, singers like kryptonite. Brothers won't pray, no, the robber lick a shit tonight. Praises to the Most High. I ain't like most guys, eyes on the future, but I learned from a boat ride. Tribe of Benjamin, inherited on both sides. Background Jamaica, mystery, and I know why. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we Israelites. One Yashra, Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we Israelites. One Yashra, Allah to all my Israelites.
One Yashra, Allah, sons of the power. Rise from the ghetto when Satan want us devoured. The seal of the Lord ain't found in church towers. Never dying on my knees like no coward. Wanna be an Israelite, you gon' need more than fringes. You gon' need to show you approve and get in them scriptures. Oh, I forgot to mention, traumatized in the legend. Homicide, we the victim. Homicide ain't the ending. Kids with PTSD, suffering symptoms. Never getting treatment, something he gotta sleep with. Stockholm syndrome so long, that ain't a secret. That's why I die for them brothers I'm facing east with. Cause I'm an Israelite, crackers better get it right. Visions of my enemies, death flow through my dreams at night. If your mind ain't dead, then we don't dream of life. Reporting live from hell, home of Christians and Edomites.
I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we Israelites. One Yashra, Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we Israelites. One Yashra, Allah to all my Israelites.
Why they play the sidelines, comfort from our benches. Catch me on the front lines, putting work in trenches. Making sure our election, preparing for Armageddon. Mastering this profession of prophesying these lessons. Protecting our adolescents and answering all their questions. Teaching the love they reflection. No matter what the complexion, we got a common connection. I'm part of God's selection. A shot at the resurrection through us achieving perfection. But to give life takes sacrifice. Battle demons every fight. Short days and long nights. Less sleep and more fights. More wisdom, more strife. Telling everybody that they wrong and you're right. I'm an Israelite, blood of an Israelite. I ride for my Israelites, die for my Israelites. We go with that cause Christ paid the price. So who ready to give their life, the life of an Israelite?
I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we Israelites. One Yashra, Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we Israelites. One Yashra, Allah to all my Israelites.
But the gold line got all eyes on me. Give a damn what they talking about, got soldiers ride with me. They know I'm lethal, got my beat. Say I was gonna get it, yeah. They ain't gonna see, they ain't gonna believe. Can't stare if I came now. Hold on, let me get the breakdown. Trade it through like a cane now. I'm about to live a light shine. Piped up, tell them pipe down. These niggas selling pipe dream. Baby girl, you sweet as ice cream, and I need you better believe. Sit back, look at my cheeks. Oh yeah, stick to me. Competition ain't shit. I'm about to take it to the clip. They want me stars to press. You feel like stars no bet. See, they don't get it ready and I'm not impressed. I am holding chest. Like, yeah, I'm hard to text. You told you I'm hard to text. I know they may see it, but they don't believe it. Look at so much shit. 144, Michigan beat. We undefeated. You better believe. Fuck BD. I'm BD. But now I know. Like a Bible. Prepare for the fallout. Don't much salary what you talking about. Me and my nigga by the ball out. These little niggas better time out. Tell them ain't go to the ball out. Mama job can't call out. I'm in the window when it on now. Don't give a damn about the track. Make a little nigga, you don't about to lose today. You got moved to play. You can even move, you can get moved away. Do it in fake. Both of these fools they fake. They got a card to play. Nigga, they ain't hard to play. You get dogs today. Like the rubber trying to throw the hard away. Nigga, wait out of your league. Be released. So they don't laugh, got all eyes on me. Give a damn what they talking about, got soldier ride with me. They know I'm lethal, I got my bitch. I'm gon' get it, yeah. Know they gon' see, but they ain't gon' believe that. Sitting with it, now you know that. Fuck the world, I can't go back. Ain't no coward, I don't know that. Bitch, I'd rather take a toe tag. Run it up, you know I'm good to go. Run my phone, you know I'm good to go. They want smoke, I'm a bitch naked in my bedroom doing the chicken roll. Big dog niggas, I'm trying. Just enough time. Way out of line, way out of bounds. Oh, you ain't notice the line. They don't know flow with the vibe. I know it's gon' be stressed. I know it's gon' be pushed. Everything focused. It's a cool world of the girl. I should be a soldier. You should be my loaded. The fear that time control me. Spirit sick over me, holding me high. Believe me, so when it's over my shoulder, and I see my soldiers in me, don't play. Keep speeding fast. He real, but I'm real. Fuck it, I don't feel out. Fuck it, God, I don't feel out. Come to die, I'm about to kill her. Wait, hold up, let me catch the rhythm. Okay, I got it, I'm ready. He cross that line, he gon' regret it. No, I rock, I like it steady. Hope we keep it going steady. You better believe, certified, one place solid, it ain't hard to take. Can't let it hard to take. These people raise the nigga, better watch yourself. I'm giving this real. Chasing them blue faces like I'm bomb milk. And I was too hard to take. Got with me, gotta guard yourself. You know I keep it, they try to come give me a squeeze. You better believe. They gon' laugh, got all eyes on me. Give a damn what they talking about, got soldier ride with me. They know I'm lethal, I got my grip. I'm gon' get it, yeah. Know they gon' see, but they ain't gon' believe that. UPK bread, nigga, you know what time it is. Shelter 30 society, motherfucker. The big priest. What you know about this life from living, nigga? They don't know about the birds, yeah. Shit, like birds, like curry from motherfucking Washington. Let's go get your shit, man. Let's get paid. Nigga, what you know about this life I'm living? This sacrifice is big. Prepare for walk. Down to the right, find the left, and I don't want no fear. Back on my feet, I make my mistakes. Get off, forgive me. Yeah, nigga, yeah, I know about this life I'm living. This sacrifice is big. Man, prepare for walking. Down to the right, find the left, and I don't want no fear. Say you ain't gonna take me, ain't gonna take me, I'm gonna take it with me. Yeah, nigga, yeah, I know about this life that I'm living. So motherfucking crucial if you ain't 10 toes down. This shit is crazy, lose you, but I'm UPK the fuck out. Everything else gets stomped out. The truth is like artillery, so it's time to bring them guns out. When the make me get fired up, ain't worried about no death, nigga. Pulling down what's our rap, nigga. Run around and get checked, nigga. They screaming for peace, we screaming for war. Niggas marching for equality, but we want more and more and more. The blood, the tears, the fears, the years, the pain, the frame. Our prophet's blood in my veins, all in my veins. It ain't never change. You became all day. What you know about this life I'm living? They sacrifice this best. Prepare for walking. Devil to the right, find the left, and I don't want no pity. Back on my feet, I make my mistakes. Still all forgive me. Yeah, I know about this life I'm living. This sacrifice is best. Prepare for walking. Devil to the right, find the left, and I don't want no pity. Say he gonna take it, ain't gonna take me. I'm gonna take it with me. Yeah, I know about my life. Go back, baby. You Slaves on stoppers, ran into the pay. These states belong to me, I ain't never see a family. It's like we live in Bruce. Roll with me if you're able. It's like my walk is hard, wrong step could be fatal. Let me introduce you to this burden that I bear. I'm training in my blood, so I'd rather take the chair. Give a fuck who left, I'm only worried about who there. 7:30 society, you can get all I declare. Heaven, I can't share these dragons trying to take me out. I'm gonna make it to the top, and that's without a doubt. I'm finna let these flames blow. Take it back like you can't go. Lot of pain, but they can't show they won't know they get what they came for.
What you know about this life we live? This life we walk every day. Things we do, things we see, things we go through. What you know about this life?
All right, clap it up. Hey, Shalom Israel with the Isupk, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Since 1969, the Isupk under Commanding General Yohana has been teaching all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians who you are according to the Bible. You understand? You are the 12 lost tribes of the children of Israel. You belong to the Lord. You understand? You do not belong to America. You do not belong to any other nation or society on this planet. You belong to the Most High Power himself.
That's right.
You understand? Since 1969, the Isupk under Commanding General Yohana has been telling you who our oppressor is. You understand? None other than a so-called white man. Our oppressor is the same monster that had his foot on our neck for the last 400 plus years. You understand? This monster that walked up in that mall and shot up all those damn people, killed 19. You understand? And a couple of them, you know, a few people survived in the mall. You know what I'm saying? But the same monster that decided that he wanted to go and dress all tactical and all warlike and start blasting the gun as soon as he stepped out the car. You understand? Since 1969, we've been telling you who this monster is.
Right.
You understand? We've been telling you that it's time to separate from this monster. It's not time to love them no more. They've been declaring war on us for the last 400 plus years.
Right.
Now it's time to understand that they don't want our love. It's time for us to understand that we can't give them nothing and they accept it and be glad and leave us the hell alone.
Right.
They want blood. You understand? They want to kill us. That's what will make them feel better, is if they kill us. You understand? And we're gonna get into his manifesto a little bit. You understand? We're gonna get into that a little bit. But what I want you to understand, Northern Indiana, I know you love our oppressors. You understand? I know you love going out and being friends with them, but it's come to a point where that has to come to a close. You understand? You have to understand that their wars are not your wars. You got to understand that what they do, you cannot do, because you are not the same as them. It's not about one blood. It's not about us all bleeding together, all bleeding red, so we all one big happy family.
Right.
It's about who your father is. And since the womb, their father has had a perpetual hatred for your father.
That's right.
And it's trickled all the way down to today, to where they have a perpetual hatred towards you. This is why you have to feel like every time one of our brothers and one of our sisters get gunned down in the middle of the street or in their own goddamn apartment, on their own house, you feel like when Breonna Taylor gets shot or George Floyd getting murdered in the middle of the street, or Trayvon Marcus, or it's like a Trayvon Martin or a Marquise McLaughlin. You understand? When they get shot down, you want to march and say, hands up, don't shoot. You want to march and scream, no justice, no peace, because you want equality. You want to be treated fair in this society. You understand? When they're showing you that there is no equality, they're showing you that there is no fairness in this society.
Right.
You understand? Why you're begging them for a crumb, they're telling you that they're not giving you nothing. You understand? If I could, let's get Zephaniah 2:1.
Come.
This is why it's so important to separate from these monsters. It's time for us to stop joining hand in hand with them. It's time out for us to be loving on them and giving them everything that we desire, of doing everything for them.
Right.
It's time for us to stop doing stuff to benefit them and do stuff to benefit us. You understand? You got that?
Come.
Go ahead and read.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, and verse 1.
Go ahead.
Gather yourselves together.
Do what?
Gather yourselves together.
The Lord said to gather yourselves together. You understand? He didn't say gather together with everybody on the planet. This is our problem. This is why I like to say we have to rule.
Right.
Because we are so compassionate. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians have so much compassion that not only will you gather yourselves with your oppressor, but you will give your oppressor your best.
Right.
You understand? You'll give the man that's killing you at an alarming rate your best. The scripture said to gather yourselves together. Go ahead.
Gather together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Who is that nation not desired? The same nation that don't have a seat in the UN.
Right.
You understand? Every other nation has a seat in the UN. Why don't you, black man? Black woman, Hispanic man, indigenous man, woman. Why don't you have a representative in the UN? Because they're trying to figure out ways to keep you oppressed. So you can't be invited in. Because if you're invited in, that means you get all of their secrets on how to further keep you on the bottom.
Right.
And if you try to speak out against it, you have every country that's going to bomb rush you and tell you how you should be on the bottom. They're going to tell you, well, look at the gun violence in Chicago. Look at what's going on in Gary. Look at what's going on in Michigan City. Why should we allow you to be a part of us and understand how to actually rule and understand how to make trades and have the majority of your people get financial gain off of the backs of another people? If you hate yourselves, that's what they're gonna pull out. They're gonna tell you, why should they invite you in when you become a great slave to them? Like everything you do, you hand over to our oppressor. You would do something great and you'll open your hands and say, here you go, take it.
Right.
This is why the Lord said to gather yourselves together, because all that greatness that's inside of you belongs to your people. You understand?
That's right.
If I could, let's get John 8:32. Let's get John chapter 8, verse 32.
Come.
And this is why it's also important to come out of that Christian church. That's why it's important to flee the Christian church. You ever see track people in a 4x1 relay? They are trying to run to beat each other. You ever see a man run from a dog? Like that man is fleeing from the dog because he don't want to get bit by the dog.
Right.
You go in the hood and you see a Rottweiler chasing a nigga. You about to see him run a 3.940. You finna see him run faster than Usain Bolt. And then he's gonna jump higher than the highest jumper in the world to either jump over a fence or jump on top of a car or a truck, right, so that he don't get bit. We have to look at our oppressor like that dog. We have to flee from him in a hurry. We have to look at the Christian church like that dog. The scripture calls them greedy dogs that can't bark.
Right.
We have to run from them, man. If you could, you got that?
Come on, sir.
Go ahead and read.
This is the book of John, chapter 8 and verse 32.
Go ahead.
And ye shall know the truth.
And ye shall what?
And ye shall know the truth.
The scripture say ye shall know the truth. Here's the thing. If the Christian church was the truth, we would know it. It wouldn't be no debate. We wouldn't be out. This 400 plus years we've been here. If the Christian church was the truth, all of us would be following it.
Damn right.
We wouldn't have a Kemet on trial. We wouldn't have Israelites out here on the corner, because the Christian, everybody would be clean shaven, be in a 3-piece suit, probably some gaiters on. You know what I'm saying? A nice tie, a nice low cut fade. You understand? Because if the Christian church is the truth, that's what we'd be following. But go ahead and read.
Come. And the truth shall make you free.
And that truth for the Christian church, if it was the truth, would lead us right out of captivity.
Damn right.
That's how you know the Christian church is not the truth. Because you're still the last hired in the first fight.
Right.
You're still the ones that these monsters are aiming their guns at.
Right.
You're still being preyed on.
Right.
You understand? The scriptures say, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. You still have a possessor.
And if I could,
go ahead.
If I could, Salakia. And what's so heavy about what you bringing out as well in this scripture, it say, "Ye shall know the truth." Like with all of these, mass killings, mass shootings that's happening all over the country. I'm talking about from California, Texas, all the way from the West Coast to the East Coast. It's heavy what Christ was saying. Like, you're gonna know the truth. You're gonna know that the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? You go, no matter what we learn, no matter what we grew up learning in the wicked Christian church, we're gonna realize what the truth is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It don't matter how we feel about it, we're gonna realize what the truth is, and if it don't make you free, then you're gonna be in the destruction with America. But
damn right.
That's just the truth is gonna reveal itself.
Damn right. And if I could, what you're saying is so heavy, because not only will we know the truth, but we'll know that who's bringing out the truth is definitely sent by the Lord.
Right.
You understand? Because here's the thing. The ones that's telling you the truth, they don't have no ill will intentions.
Right.
They're not trying to steal from you. They're not stealing everything out of your pockets. They're not lusting after what's in your house.
Right.
You understand? For somebody that actually knows the truth and has the truth and is telling you the truth, they're living by the truth. Christ said, I am the way, I am the truth, and I am the light. You understand? What is the light? It's the commandments. If you read in Proverbs, the scriptures say the light is the commandments, and the law is life. You understand? Your word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. That's talking about the law, statutes, and commandments, and Christ embodied that.
Damn right.
You understand? He didn't do away with it. He embodied it. What does that mean? He showed you how to do it perfectly. You understand? But here's the problem. The Christian church wants to keep you further destroyed.
Right.
Because the Christian church is white supremacy.
Damn right.
You understand? And that's something that we have to flee from. The moment that we flee from the Christian church and we understand that there is no forgiving them for all the rape, robbery, and murder. You understand? Here's the thing that baffles my mind. We're quick to forgive our oppressors. For the rape, robbery, when Dylan Roof shot all those people, the Christian pastor was quick to forgive them. The family was quick to forgive them. But one thing we're not quick to forgive is that nigga across the street that offended you, that stepped on your shoe.
Right.
This nigga stepped on your shoe on accident. You understand? He cut you off in the street. But you're not willing to forgive him, but you're willing to extend your love to somebody that's murdering you. You understand? That's we're destroyed as a people.
And if I could,
go
too,
ahead.
Salakia. It's heavy what you're saying too. I just want to add on to it. Like it's heavy in the fact of most like gangsters in the street, or hoodlums in the street or whatever.
God.
They feel a certain way of type against their own brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't want no disrespect. They don't want anything a brother say to them. You know what I'm saying? They'll have a problem with. Like you said, if a brother step on the shoe accidentally, they ready to blow his head off.
God.
But they don't understand that the oppression that the so-called white man has had us in all of these years. And they don't have that same zeal against their enemies in this land that they have for their own damn brothers and sisters in this land. And it's just a sad thing to watch. And it's a sad thing to see. You understand? When you know the truth and your people just not able to see it and not able to understand the oppression that they in. You know what I'm saying?
If I could, what you're saying is so heavy, because here's how you know how destroyed we are. Instead of taking our weapons and pointing them at the ones that got their weapons pointed against us, we're taking our weapons and pointing them at each other. Like, we're so mentally destroyed that we don't understand that we're at war.
Right.
You understand? Like, we're so mentally destroyed that we don't understand that who we're fighting against is our enemy, and who we're trying to fight against is our brother.
Right.
You understand? If you could drop that and give me 2 Corinthians 10:4. You understand? Like, what we don't understand is that our brother is the one that we should be defending.
Right.
But yet and still we want to turn around and we want to scream black. This is why abortion is so goddamn nasty and hideous and shameful. You understand? Because you scream Black Lives Matter, but then you want to turn around and go kill a black child.
Right.
You understand? You want to turn around. You're part of the problem. How can we have how can any nation have an army without sons?
Right.
They're already murdering us at an alarming rate.
Mm-hmm.
Not only are they murdering us, they taught our men to be gay. They taught our men not to reproduce. Not only did they do that, they're throwing the rest of us in jail.
Right.
So the ones that's still out here that's not gay or in jail, one, you don't want to share. You're selfish enough not to want to share. And when that man gets you pregnant, you think about yourself so much versus to that baby and the man that you go and kill that baby. This is why we got to leave the Christian church, man.
Right.
Because the Christian pastor is the nasty bastard that's telling you to do it.
Right.
They telling you it's okay to do it. They telling you it's okay to kill that baby. They're telling you it's okay to leave that man if he's not in the Christian church. If he ain't paying tithes to the Christian pastor, they telling you to leave that man. When you so willing to open your legs to him because you like his demeanor. You understand? You like how rough he is. You like the fact that he's not a punk.
Right.
So you open your legs to him because you feel secure. You feel some kind of a sense of security around him. But when he put a child inside you, you go to the goddamn Christian church and the pastor encourages you that you got dreams. The pastor tell you, you in college, you about to get your master's degree. The Lord will forgive you. You just murdered a child. This is why we have to flee the Christian church. This is why I love the Isupk. This is why it's called the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. You're not going to get this practicality in the Christian church.
That's right.
You understand? You're gonna get myths and motivational encouragement of hypes in the Christian church.
Right.
They're gonna tell you to chase your dream. And then here we're gonna tell you to wake the hell up. Stop dreaming.
Right.
We're gonna tell you to open your eyes and see what the hell is going on around you. You understand? You got that for me?
Come.
Go ahead and read.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 10 and verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
Read that again, Baba Kishah.
For the weapons of our warfare is not carnal.
The scriptures say the weapons of our warfare is not carnal. You understand? The whole time you going into the Christian church, you screaming at Black Lives Matter. Y'all have black meetings in the Christian church. You understand? But you don't understand how to defeat this oppressor that's over top of us.
Right.
You understand? But in the Isupk under Commanding General Yohana, we know how to defeat our oppressors.
That's right.
You understand? And we're trying to get you to understand what you have to do. Go ahead and read.
But mighty through the Most High.
But mighty through what?
But mighty through the Most High.
Listen, the weapons of our warfare has nothing to do with guns.
Right.
It don't have nothing to do with ammunition. Yeah, it's good. It would behoove you to stock up on guns and ammunition. You understand? But it has nothing to do with guns and ammunition. The weapon that you have to fight is right here in the mind. You understand? What good is having guns and ammunition when all you're doing is pointing at each other?
Right.
When you're not even in a military mindset to fight against your enemy. You think your ops is the nigga on the next block. You think 63rd is your ops. You think 64th is 65th or 79th is your ops. You understand? You go to Gary, you think nigga on 5th is your ops. You go to South Bend, you think The nigga by the bus station is your ops because he don't live on close to the suburbs. You understand? You go down to Florida, you think niggas on 33rd is your ops because you live on 3rd. You understand? This is how destroyed we are. Your ops is the nigga that had you in chains for the last 400 plus years.
Right.
That's your ops. And your fight isn't the way you think you're supposed to fight. You understand? The weapons of your warfare is not carnal at all. You think you're supposed to fight with guns and with all these kind of weapons. Your weapons are mighty through the Most High. What's your weapon? Coming back to the law, statutes, and commandments. That's your weapon. You understand? Turning back to your God. That's your weapon. That's how you fight. You understand? This is how in the Isupk we can say that we are free men in here. This is how our sisters can say, I'm a free woman. Because we came back to the laws of the Lord. We know what it's like to obey the Lord.
Right.
You understand? Go ahead and read.
To the pulling down of strongholds.
To the pulling down of what?
Of strongholds.
What is a stronghold? You understand? The scriptures say to the pulling down of strongholds. You understand that the scriptures is that your weapons is mighty through the Lord, through the most high power, Yahweh in the Hebrew, to the pulling down of all the things that have you mentally destroyed, that have you thinking that it's okay to love your oppressor and hate that nigga or that Hispanic across the street, to have you thinking that the Native Indians that's on the reservations is not your brothers. When they told their children that the black man is your brother. Don't trust the pale face, and the black man is your brother. This is what they told their children. Meanwhile, you're telling yours that if they don't look like you, they ain't you. Because you want to be African so bad. You want to go to the Christian church in Africa and give all them TB Joshua and all them. You know I know their names.
Right.
You want to give them all your money.
If I could.
Go ahead.
It's heavy what you're saying too, because another stronghold is the fact that you can see this devil that walk into a supermarket with all of the evil things he had on the weapon.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And all of the people that he killed and murdered with intent to be murdering black people.
Right.
We can see that on live television.
Right.
And we still don't understand the slavery that we in. We still don't understand the oppression that we in and the devil that we dealing with and we've been dealing with. We can still, we still under that stronghold as black people. Right. Because Christianity taught us that. And people are still under that same Christianity stronghold of loving everybody, even after they committed all type of murders and killings and rapings and robbery, like you were bringing out. And we still cannot pull away from that stronghold. Right. Because we thinking carnal.
Damn right. And if I could, but I just sent you the manifesto. If I could, let's get into that a little bit.
Sir.
You understand? Like, because here's something that we have to understand as a people. These monsters don't love us. They could give a damn about a nigga in America. They don't care about a so-called spick or a wetback in America. They don't care about you savages. Because in their mind, they run you.
Right.
They own you.
Right. This
is their land. Mm-hmm. In their mind, they looking at you. Meanwhile, you so-called Hispanics. Meanwhile, while California belonged to Mexico, while Texas and New Mexico and Nevada and Colorado belong to Mexico. They're telling you that you're an illegal immigrant in your own land. They're telling you that this is their land.
Right.
They're telling you that your reparations involves a bullet. But you still want to love them because the goddamn Christian pastor tell you to.
Right.
You understand? This is how destroyed we are. This is why the scriptures say the weapons of your warfare are not carnal. How can you go to war with your enemy and you don't know how to love yourself? How can you go to war and defeat your enemy when you don't know how to love the person that's going to war with you?
Right.
You understand? You want to know how the men in the Isupk will succeed in any war that we go into, because we love one another.
Right.
You understand? If I die and they don't kill my brother, Lord be with them.
Right.
And if they do come close to killing him, they better kill him the same way they kill me, and vice versa. Because if not, Lord be with them. This is love one to another. That mother with the 7 sons, they had love one to another. You understand? All over goddamn pork. All over pork. So the mother has so much love to her kids that she told her children, each one of them, from the oldest to the youngest, to die manfully. She told them not to obey the king and die a manful death. But here in America today, we want to love and obey America. We want to join hand in hand with our oppressors. We think that if we get a few bills passed and a few laws passed, then we'll be able to change the mind of our oppressor. If you can go to the questions that he asked himself, if you can start at the top of the first question. Listen to how they think. And this ain't just one of them. This is a good bit of them. You understand? You can thank Donald Trump, because Donald Trump just brought how they felt out to the forefront.
If I could, sir, just to give a premise for people who probably didn't hear about the shooting.
Go ahead.
I was talking to a brother the other day. He said he ain't even hear about it. So I got an article pulled up on CNN that just to lay a premise on what exactly happened and everything like that right here. It's locked here. Pull it up. Come on. All right. So mass shooting at Buffalo supermarket was a racist hate crime, police say. The 18-year-old suspect of opening fire at a Buffalo supermarket Saturday, and authorities say he was targeting the black community, according to an official familiar with the investigation.
Read that again from the top if you could, Bobby Shuck.
Colonel Khan said, mass shooting at Buffalo supermarket was a racist hate crime. Police said a racist hate crime.
Here's what you got to understand. Like, they telling you what's going on.
Right.
Like, this monster went in there with the intention of killing niggas. He didn't have no intention of killing his people.
Right.
He wanted to kill you, because in his mind, you're the problem. So he went in there. Even the police, his people called it a racist hate crime.
Right.
If you could.
Colonel Khan, the 18-year-old suspect of opening fire at a Buffalo supermarket Saturday told authorities he was targeting the black community.
He told the authorities he was targeting who?
The black community.
This is our problem. The Christian church is going to turn around and say, let's love him, because we can pray him to a breakthrough. Meanwhile, who did Dylan Roof target?
The black community.
The black community. Who did George Zimmerman target?
Black community.
They're telling you who they want to kill. It's right in your face. Derek Chauvin targeted the black community. And guess what? On Clubhouse, that monster said, they asked him, they said, you think you're going to get off? Or you think your sentence is going to be light? Now, he's up for appeal now. They said, you think he's going to get off? You think your sentence is going to be light? He said, I'm a white cop in America. What do you think? That's what that monster said. And this is who you're deciding to love over your people. He told the police officers his intent was killing the niggas, the Hispanics and Native Indians, the black community. That's who he wanted to take out. Go ahead and read.
Colonel Khan, sir. According to an official familiar with the investigation, the alleged gunman made disturbing statements describing his motive.
Made what?
Disturbing statements describing his motive.
He made disturbing statements describing what his motive, meaning he made the statements that was so like how we say when we talk about what we want in the kingdom, this how it sounded to you black people is what he said to the cops and how it sounded to them. We tell you we want them to repay unto us double of what they've given to us. They put us in chains. They murdered us at an alarming rate. It was a sister that her husband was fleeing from our oppressors. He was fleeing from a lynch mob. And they couldn't find the husband. So they went to his wife. And they said, "Where's your husband?" She genuinely did not know. She knew he ran away. He told her. He told her he was going to run for his life. She knew that he was running for his life. But she didn't know where he went. And because she did not know, what did they do? They hung her over a bridge. These monsters are out for your blood. They're telling you their intent. You understand? And because it sounds crazy to you that we want them in chains, we want them to build our empire. And when we say that, you tell us we sound like the KKK. Go ahead.
That's lucky, sir. The Lord wants them in chains for the evil in all the conflict.
Damn right. Damn right.
And first, what I just thought about is like, how is this devil even able to talk with the police after he's killed 10 people at his feet? How is he able to sit and get his gun taken from him, talk to the police and tell them the situation? How is that even possible when thousands of unarmed black men is getting shot at? Unarmed black.
You know who didn't get that privilege? The Isupk brother in Texas. You know who didn't get that privilege? The Judite brother in Texas a couple years ago. That he got fed up with the cops killing us, and he went on top of a. I mean, he was sharp with the gun too. Mm-hmm. He went on top of a roof and started sniping. They found him and they put him to death on sight. This Isupk brother, they put him to death on sight at a school.
Right.
So not only did these little kids have to see him, having to see the little Isupk brother, the confused brother, the destroyed brother. Not only did they have to see him, the mentally ill brother. Mm-hmm. Not only did these kids have to see him kill their people, the kids that they went to school with, but they also witnessed the cop come and shoot him down. And knowing the cops, they put multiple bullets inside him. He probably so full of holes that they have to have a closed casket. That's how evil these monsters is toward us. But meanwhile, this monster gets brought out, taking the gun nicely.
He didn't get slammed to the ground. he didn't get none of that. He almost ain't even get searched. They just said, I seen a snippet of the video when they had, was putting them in custody. And they was basically, put them in handcuffs and patting them down. Wasn't no roughness. Just like with Dylan Roof, after he killed all them people in that church. They basically took him to get a nice burger from Wendy's or wherever they went. You know what I'm saying? They treating them with genuineness, like, oh, you did something good. We got to take you to jail because it's on TV.
That's the point.
but hey, just relax. We got
because you got caught.
Right.
We have to do something about it because you got caught.
Right.
You think these cops wanted to arrest him? I saw a video on YouTube. A devil. Now, remember, the brother, I forgot, I think it's Philando Castile. I could be wrong. In the call with his wife and his daughter. The cop comes up and asks him, you have a gun? He tells the cop, I have a firearm. I have a license to carry. He's like, his firearm was on his right side. His license to carry was on his left. Mm-hmm. He's sitting in the passenger seat. His wife is driving. His daughter's in the back seat. He's telling the cop where everything is. My firearms on the right side, my license over here. If you don't mind, I will grab my license to carry and I'll show you everything. The cop says, go ahead, get the license. Show me your license. Soon as he goes to the opposite side of the firearm, the cop unloads on him. Then it's so alarming that his wife starts screaming and the daughter says, it's okay, mommy, I got you, I'm here. You understand? This is the cruel monster that serve over top of us, that rule over top of us. Right. The cruel, evil bastard that rule over top of us. You understand? And the whole time you got devils that will run out the house butt ass naked with a knife or a machete or a stick charging the police, and the police won't do nothing about it. They won't gun them down. They won't tase them. They quit before they pull a taser out on you, black man. They pulling a gun. They won't even pull a taser out on a white man.
If I could, sir, I got a scripture right here to alongside precept.
Go ahead.
What you're saying. This is if I could, this book of Lamentations, chapter 4, and verse 18.
Go ahead.
They hunt our steps.
Go to verse 17.
Kind of what comes, sir. Book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 17.
Go ahead.
As for us.
As for who?
As for us.
As for you, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Go ahead.
Our eyes are yet failed for our vain help.
We done what?
Our eyes are yet failed for our vain help.
Hands up, don't shoot.
Vain help.
No justice, no peace.
Yet fail for our vain help.
Listen, no matter what you do, you go marching after one person dies, and you're begging them for a crumb off your table, off of their table. All you want to do is not get gunned down.
Right. You
want to be treated fairly in America. Your eyes yet fail for your vain help. The scriptures say the scripture tells you who your help is. The scripture say, I'll look to the hills from where my help come from. Where your help come from? It come from the Lord, man. Right. Your help don't come from a goddamn oppressor that's trying to murder you in cold blood.
Right.
You understand? How can somebody that's killing you at an alarming rate help you? They didn't want this bastard to come to go out in chains. They didn't want him to. They didn't want to handcuff this monster. They didn't. They just had to do it. Like you said, like Dylan, they took the devil to eat. Like, I mean, what more of a slap in the face do we need?
Right.
Like the police officers in North Carolina took this evil bastard to get some food. Was it Burger King? Right. I believe it was Wendy's or Burger King. One of the two. Took him to get probably got him the best meal there. After murdering 9 niggas. And leaving one so that she could go tell what she saw. Right. Go ahead.
If I could, sir. And it's so heavy what you're bringing out right now. Is like they took him out to eat after he had murdered all these people with an assault rifle. Meanwhile, a police officer pull over a black man or pull up on a black man that's unarmed, don't have no weapon, and they'll kill him in cold blood just because they think he's lethal. But knowing that this devil didn't kill people, they still showing love and support to him.
Prime example, Ahmaud Arbery.
Right, hunting their steps.
Go ahead and read. Hey, go ahead and read. You're walking them right into it. Come. You understand? Like what you don't understand is everything we've been saying is right in the Bible. This is why the Christian church cannot be the truth. Right. The scriptures say, "Ye shall know the truth. The truth shall make you free." If the Christian church was the truth, we wouldn't be preyed on right now.
That's right.
We wouldn't have to worry about a devil coming to a shopping mall where we go shop frequently to get food for our babies, and we'll have to worry about losing our lives. We wouldn't have to worry about waking up in the morning and as men, our wives be afraid of us leaving the house because they don't know if we're going to make it home or not.
Right.
They don't know if they're going to have to bury us that day or not. They don't know if you're going to go down into a box that day. That's the Christian church can't be the truth. Because if it was, we wouldn't be worried about that.
That's right.
If the Christian church was the truth, then we wouldn't be in the condition that we're in right now. You understand? That's why we say, you hear at UPK saying it all the time. Our oppressor is the goddamn devil, the Bible speaks.
That's right.
And it would be glorious for our Hispanic brothers to say, es blanco es el diablo en la Santa Biblia. You understand? Like that's what one day it's going to happen. We're going here in Chicago, we're going to see a sea of Hispanics come out and they're gonna say, you know what? I'm tired of loving these monsters. Right. They devils. And we're gonna look at them. How did you come to that conclusion? They gunned down my cousin in cold blood.
Right.
They gunned down my father in cold blood.
Right.
How much more gunned down do we need for you to understand that monster that rule over top of you is the devil the Bible speak of?
Right.
Go ahead and read.
Our end is near.
Go back to the top of that verse.
Come. As for us, our eyes are as yet failed for our vain help.
We steady begging America for a crumb off their table, for a piece of the pie. You understand? Our eyes have yet failed for vain help. Go ahead and read.
In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
We did what?
In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
We over here trusting in all these black leaders that's telling us that if we can get into political power, then we can change a few laws, and that'll get them to stop killing us in cold blood.
Right.
We're watching for a nation that can't save us. This nation had you in chains, huh?
Right.
This nation had you in chains, Aqua. They can't save you, nor do they want to. They want you. Matter of fact, hold that. We're not done with that. If I could. If you could hold that, give me Numbers 35 and 33.
Come.
What you got to understand is that these monsters, these cruel bastards that you're asking for help, they're fertilizing the ground with your blood. Every time you walk down the street to the store, every time you go on a train, you catch a metro, you catch a Uber, or you go just to walk to your cousin's house, understand the bones you're walking over top of. You're walking over top of the bones of your people. Meanwhile, you begging these monsters for help. You begging these monsters for love. You begging these monsters for a piece of the pie. Go ahead and read.
Come. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 35 and verse 33.
Go ahead.
So ye shall not pollute the land wherein you are.
You shall what?
So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are.
The scriptures say ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are. Here's why the Christian church is not the truth. Because they're going to tell you that not polluting the land is not, if you see trash on the ground, then outside and the trash can is full, keep the trash in your house, even though your house is full of trash. You understand? Here's what the scripture mean when it says pollute the land. Go ahead and read.
For blood, it defileth the land.
For blood does what?
Defileth the land.
Listen, your blood has been fertilized in America. Your blood is mingled with the soils of the ground that you walk on. And your blood has defiled the land of America. And you know what the Lord said? The Lord said that your cry has reached unto the heavens, and his sins has reached unto the heavens. Why? Because Trayvon Martin got gunned down in cold blood. Marquise McLaughlin gunned down in cold blood. George Zimmerman killed a young man after the cops told him not to pursue. You understand? You had an evil a evil goddamn cop putting his knee on a neck of a nigga for 9 minutes and 50 something seconds, man. This is why your cry has entered to the ears of the Lord. Because all the violence that we had to endure, all the rape and robbery that we had to endure. You understand? You invent everything and they take ownership for everything you invent. Not only did you invent everything, but they, listen, what was famous throughout slavery? How did they take a strong man and make him soft? You understand? They butt broke the man. And not only did they do that, they tie his arms and his legs to 2 horses and they slap the horse so the horse can run off 2 different ways so that the horse can tear this man limb from limb. This is who you serve under. And your blood defiled the land that he stole. Go ahead and read.
Carnival Khan. And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein.
Go ahead.
But by the blood of him that shed it.
And this is why we in the Isupk love Revelations chapter 13 verse 9, chapter 13 verse 10. This is why we love Obadiah. This is why we love Ezekiel. This is why we love what Christ said. But those mine enemies, you understand? This is why we love the Bible so much. This is why we love Isaiah chapter 14.
Right.
Because it gives you reparations. You understand? The only way this land can be cleansed is by them. Their blood has to mingle with the blood of our forefathers. That's right. The only way that this land can be cleansed. You understand?
If I
Go
could,
ahead.
It's so heavy what you're saying, you know what I'm saying? Because of the simple fact of a lot of Christians growing up believing, you know what I'm saying, the Old Testament is different from the New Testament.
Right.
But you can see with the scriptures, like from the law to the prophets to all the way to Revelations, it's telling us to separate and not be a part.
Right.
And know our enemies.
Right.
Know the situations that we in. Ain't no different. The Bible is the same book from Genesis to Revelation.
Damn right.
There's no separation. In the law, it was telling us to come out of America. In Revelation, it was telling us to come out of America.
Damn right. And
You know
if I could, what you're saying is so heavy because the only way we've ever been free to survive, only way we've ever been free to walk outside and just breathe. Like, you don't understand how much freedom that is, yo. Right. To just walk outside with no goddamn cares in the world,
right,
and just breathe the fresh air. You understand? Like now we can't even walk outside and breathe fresh air because these devils polluted the air.
Right.
They polluted the ozone layer. So to understand freedom, one got to be able to walk outside their house and just breathe and say, you know what? Today's a good day. I'm not gonna get gunned down today. I don't have to worry about nobody trying to make me feel less than who I am because I don't look like them. I don't have to worry about homosexuality, so like your gayness,
right,
on the television for my kids to watch all the time. I don't have to worry about driving down the street and seeing a so-called white woman, a skinny, lanky, toothpick behind white woman. You understand? And have to have my daughters look at that evil bastard and say, Daddy, that's beautiful. We got to drive down the street and see the most hideous things on these billboards. And our daughters look at that as beautiful. You understand? They don't love you. Your eyes long for vain help because these people that your eyes are longing for are too busy making your blood mingle with the blood of your forefathers. When the Lord said the only way the land can be cleansed is if their blood mingle with the blood of your forefathers. You understand? If you could, go ahead.
Lamentation, sir.
Come. Verse 18.
Come. They hunt. Salakia. This book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 18.
Go ahead.
They hunt our steps.
They do what?
They hunt our steps.
Listen, these brothers and sisters that went inside the mall that day, their steps was haunted. This evil, wicked bastard. If you watch the video, it's out there. He went on Twitch. He went live on Twitch, which is a app for gamers.
Right.
You understand? A app for people that wanna. You understand? Like these people wanna go big social media. You understand? They'll talk. They'll sing. Most of the things you'll see on Twitch though is gaming. He went live on there, showing you he's driving. You see the AR on the passenger seat, but what you don't see is the AR that's strapped to his chest. He didn't have to. When he got out the car, he didn't reach to the side. He already had it strapped to him.
Right.
He got out the car. He didn't care who he shot the first shot to. He shot at the first person that he saw. It was damn near like watching Grand Theft Auto. Like a live version of Grand Theft Auto is what it was damn near like watching. And you playing Grand Theft Auto, you understand GT3, you understand you driving the car, you get out the car, you see something else that you like, you pull them out the car. If they trying to fight you, you gonna fight them or you gonna shoot them if you got a gun.
Right. If I could,
go ahead.
What you bringing out is heavy because the way he did that, it was like normal. It was like it was no hesitation.
Gun.
He just did it like he was, just at a shooting range, just practicing. And behind his whole plot was knowing that he's killing so-called blacks.
Right.
And this is normal for him.
It's
normal. It's like a game.
Hey, listen,
you know what I'm saying? And Salaki, it was just crazy. Like when I seen that video, how fluid it was for him to just go out and do something like that. And I try to line it up.
It was second nature.
Colonel Khan, sir. You know what I'm saying? I try to line that up with what the Isupk brother did in Texas.
Right.
That brother was obviously destroyed. If you seen the pictures of how the LGBT community has affected him and the mental illness that he had, he was not in his right mind at all. This devil tell you, I'm not crazy.
Right.
I did this. I know what I'm doing.
Right.
I'll do it again. Right. You know what I'm saying?
And if I could, here's what's even more heavy about it. If you see the gun that the devil went in and used, the gun that he had to kill all these monsters had George Zimmerman's name on it. It had Dylan Roof's name on it. It even had the evil, I don't want to say it had an evil bastard that went and shot up the brother in his own apartment in Texas. It had his name on it. Right. And you know what else it had? Here's your reparations.
Good night.
He's telling you how he feel about you. He's telling you how his people feel about you. But yet and still, you want to join hand in hand with them. You feel like there can be a better America. You feel like America is, all hope ain't lost for America yet. You feel like all hope ain't lost for these monsters. And you get mad at us for when you see us on the street corner. You love us when we say, hey man, we got to stop killing each other. You love us when we say, listen, when we see black businesses, we got to start putting our money into black businesses and taking them away from all these rich places. But when we say that our oppressor is the devil, the Bible speak of.
What?
When we say that we got to take our love from these evil bastards and put them back to who they belong to, which is ourselves. When we say the Lord hates these monsters. When we turn around and say that the Lord wants them in slavery. When we say that our kingdom won't be built without them, you get mad at us. Either you got something to say or you turn around and you leave saying these niggas is crazy. These niggas ain't what they saying on lining up with my Christian pastor.
Right.
My pastor saying I gotta love and forgive him. And I do love him and I do forgive him. But what you fail to realize is that the men on the street corners, the crazy niggas that's out there that you call crazy, these are the ones that the Lord sent out there to let you know. If matter of fact, if you could give me Obadiah. Like that's Obadiah. Matter of fact, I want to start at verse 10. Let's start at the top. Let's start at the top. You understand? If you could understand who rules over top of you, that would be a game changer. Like you understand, like if all people understood how evil these monsters is that rule over top of us, if all people understood that children are our oppressors, like the scriptures say, that would be a game changer. You mean to tell me kids rule over me? What happened when Donald Trump lost the election? Them devils was climbing up the wall to get inside the Oval Office, was they not? It was climbing up the wall. These are the moves that they make are acts of kids. You understand? But you want to love them and you want to hold them in high regard. This is why the scriptures say servants ride on horses. And I've seen princes walking on the ground as servants. You're the princes that's walking on the ground as servants. You're not supposed to be a slave in this empire. Your sentence has been served. You understand? Like Cap said it, I believe, what, last week? Like we've served our sentence here in America. 400 years. Like we were here, we did vigorous slavery is what we went through. Atrocious slavery. I can't think of a word big enough. Under a cruel, diabolical monster.
Right.
It's what we went through here for 400 plus years. This is go ahead.
Lock yourself. I could. Like what you bringing out is heavy because it's like what you saying is heavy for the simple fact of the hatred that they have is perpetual.
Right.
It's like our people don't understand. Like, don't matter how much you beg and plead and just feel this sincerity to want to have these people be your friend. It's never going to happen.
Right.
They never going to love you. They never going to stop killing you. They never going to stop wanting to rule over you and have you in oppression, having you on food stamps, putting your man on child support, throwing all our men in prison. They never going to stop this oppression, no matter how hard the Christian church think they are. Don't matter how much they protest and all of this. It's never going to stop.
It can't. It can't stop. Because it's sad to say, but the reason why it can't stop is because we still want to love them.
Right.
So the Lord has to allow more of us to get gunned down in the goddamn mall, in a goddamn Walmart. We got to get gunned down while shopping for food for our kids because you don't want to stop loving our oppressor. You don't want to take your love from the man that don't deserve it and give it to the man that do deserve it.
Right.
This is the sickening of our people, which is why it has to be more deaths. It's sad, but it has to be more deaths. It has to be more gun violence. Because if it's not more deaths, you won't understand that our oppressor is the devil.
Right.
You won't understand that the Christian pastor has lied to you. You won't understand that what we're saying is the truth. You've tried, and look, we say it all the time. We tried the Christian church for 400 years.
Right.
You understand? Like, why not try something? It's failed us. The Christian church it's known. It's a well-known fact by not just America, but by the nations that the Black Christian church has failed us. Martin Luther King failed us. Malcolm X failed us. Al Sharpton failed us. So why not try something different for once? Break out of your comfortability and try something that's uncomfortable, like keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Go ahead.
And Salakia, sir. Another thing our people can do, if I could, is know that you are Israel. Don't
Damn right.
don't believe what your oppressor have told you, that you are Afro-American, African American,
Right.
you black, you a nigga. Don't believe these things that your oppressor telling you, and offer up what the priests and prophets in the Isupk is telling you, that you are the Israelites of this Bible.
Damn right.
And you have a power to serve.
Damn right.
And that's the only way we get out of this oppression, is knowing who we are.
Damn right.
And separating from what we've been taught.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? Salaki.
And what you're saying is so heavy, because if our people understood that, then maybe Christ could return quickly.
Right.
Maybe our oppressors could go in chains.
Right.
Maybe we wouldn't mind having slaves.
Right.
Maybe we wouldn't mind ruling over our oppressors, as the scriptures say. You understand? Maybe we would understand what justice really is.
Right.
You understand? But meanwhile, while you trying to love them, they telling you what they want to do to you. If you could, you got that?
Salaki, sir. Obadiah or the manifesto?
Let's go back to the manifesto, and then we'll get Obadiah.
Khan. This is the manifesto of the attacker at the supermarket in Buffalo.
This is what the evil bastard said. The questions he asked himself and the answers he gave his own question. Go ahead.
Khan. Why did you decide to carry out the attack?
Why did you? He's asking himself, why did you decide to carry out why did you decide to plan a perfect attack and then execute the plan? You understand? Go ahead.
Concert to show Salakia, to show to the replacers that as long as the white man lives.
To show. Good night. Goddamn. If you could start that answer from the top.
Khan. Why did you decide to carry out the attack?
Listen good, Baba Kushak. Please listen good. This is what this monster is trying to get you to understand. He wants you niggas to understand this. He wants you spicks to understand this. You savages to understand this. You understand? Go ahead and read.
To show to the replacers.
To show the who?
The replacers.
Who is the replacers? The replacers is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians in his mind. You understand? Like the land who originally this belonged to.
Right.
It belongs to the Native Indians.
That's right.
This land belongs to the Hispanics, but yet he's calling you the replacer. You understand? This land, that niggas got more right to this land than these bastards.
Right.
But you're the replacer in his mind. Go ahead and read.
That as long as the white man lives.
As long as what?
As long as the white man lives.
Go ahead.
Our land.
What?
Our land.
We can't make this up.
Right.
Like this ain't. We can't make this up. America, in the white man's eyes, is their land. And they show it to you all the time. Hispanics, we ain't got to tell you nothing. Now it's to the point where they see you Hispanic, they can just stop you. You go, where's your green card? Where's your papers? And you over there fighting. I was born here. Okay. Show me your social security. Show me your birth certificate. My birth certificate is at home. Show me that America is where you belong. If you can't, I'm sending you to the place to where you can get deported back to Mexico.
Right.
Even if you have a birth certificate, even if you have a social security, America's got to the point where if you don't have the papers to show them on the spot, they're gonna send you back to the what do you call it? The office that they call it over there, the deportation office or something like that.
Border Patrol.
The Border Patrol, where they can send you back to Mexico. They've already destroyed the Native Indians. They're destroyed. You know who they're trying to control? Blacks and Hispanics. You're the ones that's trying to take over America. Why? Because you bring flavor to everything you do. You dominate in everything you do, to the point where if you're a black or Hispanic man, their women like you more than they like them. So what this devil got to do? I got to usurp some authority. I got to show these niggas, I got to show these savages and these wetbacks that as long as the white man lives,
our land
our land, go ahead,
will never be theirs.
will never be yours. America will never belong to a nigger, spick, or a wetback or a savage. And guess what? We don't want it. We don't want your land. You can have it. We have a land. But here's the problem. Every time we try to go back to our land, you shut us down. You try to kill us. Marcus Garvey tried. You stopped him. You beat him brutally. After you told him to leave. You told him if he didn't like it here, he can leave. So he found a bunch of more niggas that didn't like it here, and he tried to get on a boat, and you stopped him. So guess what?